Man, Tucker Carlson out here fighting for world peace in these streets, trying to do diplomacy and give a voice to the Russian government so some of this stuff can calm down. I'm interested in hearing a few of these things that are said. You can go to his Tucker Carlson Twitter to see this. This is what I'm interested in. Is there a conversation happening between Russia and the U.S.?
Conclusions.
The fact that we're having a conversation about a potential nuclear exchange and it's real is remarkable. Not something I thought I'd ever see. And it raises the question, how much back-channel dialogue is there between Russia and the United States? Has there been for the last 2.5 years? Is there any conversation ongoing?
There are several channels, but mostly on exchange of people who served terms in Russia and in the United States. There were several swaps. There are also channels which are not advertised or publicized, but basically the Americans send through these channels the same message which they send publicly. You have to stop, you have to accept the way which will be based on the Ukrainian needs and Ukrainian position. They support this absolutely pointless peace formula by Zelensky, which was additioned recently by Victory Plan. They held several series of meetings, Copenhagen format, Bürgenstock, what have you, and they brag that next year, first half of next year, they will convene another conference and they will graciously invite Russia that time, and then Russia would be presented an ultimatum. All this is seriously repeated through various confidential channels. Now we hear something different, including Zelensky's statements that we can stop now at the line of engagement, line of contact. The Ukrainian government will be admitted to NATO, but NATO guarantees at this stage would cover only the territory controlled by the government.
See, that don't benefit Russia at all, man. For Ukraine to go into NATO and then for NATO to cover the territory of Ukraine, meaning they move in all their arms and all their weapons and everything else, who's going to go for that deal? So we start beating up on Ukraine and then y'all come in and occupy the territory and you even closer to me? And I ain't agree to that deal. Ain't nobody about to agree to that. Ain't nobody about to agree to that. I'm interested in seeing what Lavrov thinks about Donald J. Trump.
The contacts which we are planning for this week will help stabilize the situation.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
I met him several times when he was having meetings with Putin and when he received me twice, I think, in the Oval Office when I was visiting for bilateral talks. Well, I think he's a very strong person, a person who wants results, who doesn't like procrastination on anything. And this is my impression. He's very friendly in discussions, but this does not mean that that he is pro-Russian, as some people try to present him. The amount of sanctions we received under the Trump administration was very, very, very big. And we respect any choice which is made by the people when they vote. We respect the choice of American people, and we are open, as Putin said, we are open to contacts with, we have been open all along with the current administration.
Yeah. He about that action. I can tell you right now, what he's saying is now we like Trump. You know, he's about that action. He's about that business. We already gave him concessions. He walked away with a whole bunch of concessions. And we're open to a conversation with Donald Trump. The point blank period. I want to, let me see something else. Because I'm running out of time. I saw another one that I was interested in. Sanctions on Russia. Boris Johnson wants war to continue. What happened to... I think I know what it would take for them to end the war. Let's talk about, let me see what he's saying about these damn missiles. I want to hear what he's saying about them damn missiles. Tell me about the missiles, Lavrov. What you
Right
saying?
of their own people.
I want to go back to what you said a moment ago about the introduction or the unveiling of the hypersonic weapons system that you said was a signal to the West. What signal exactly? I think many Americans are not even aware that this happened. What message were you sending by showing it to the world?
Now, Tucker, you know everybody knew that damn missile hit them people. Everybody saw that damn missile. Everybody mama saw that damn missile. Maybe the liberals didn't see that damn missile, but I seen the missile. I'm pretty sure the liberals seen the missile.
Well, the message is that you, the United States, and the allies of the United States, who also provide this long-range weapons to the Kiev regime, they must understand that we would be ready to use any means not to allow them to succeed in what they call strategic defeat of Russia. They fight for keeping their hegemony over the world on any country,
Dollar hegemony is what he's talking about, guys.
any region, any continent. We fight for our legitimate security interests. They say, for example, 1991 borders. Lindsey Graham, who visited some time ago Zelensky for another talk, he bluntly, in presence of Zelensky, I think, said that Ukraine is very rich with rare earth metals, and we cannot leave this richness to the Russians. We must take it. We fight, so they fight for the regime which is ready to sell or to give to the West all the natural and human resources. We fight for the people who have been living on these lands, whose ancestors were actually developing those lands, building cities, building factories for centuries and centuries. We care about people, not about natural resources, which somebody in the United States would like to keep and to have Ukrainians just as servants on.
Wow. We fight for the people of Russia, and basically you guys fight for big corporate interests is what he's saying. Wow. He just laid a bombshell. Lindsey Graham goes to Kiev, meets with Zelensky, and says that we can't let the Russians have this because you have too many rare earth minerals. And basically, you know, he's only going after the rare earth minerals because his people who put him in office, his donors, want those rare earth minerals. So what Lavrov is saying is our military and our diplomacy and our war is based on the interest of big corporations. It's not like we don't already know this, right? This ain't nothing new to us. Shit, we've been saying this all damn so. Military industrial complex, pharmaceutical complex. That man ain't lying. I want y'all to notice something. You need to see the look in his eye. I got 5 minutes. Watch the look in this man's eye when he talks about, where is it? Right up in here.
On the basis of respecting legitimate security interests of Russia and on the basis of respecting the people who live in Ukraine.
Wait.
Minister Lavrov, thank you for doing this. Do you believe the United States and Russia are at war with each other right now?
Damn it. My bad, guys. I need to go back here. Here it is. Can we get back to where we were at?
I wouldn't
get back to 12 minutes.
exterminated by law. Age the coup. The deal, by the way, people in east and south of Ukraine, people in Donbass and Novorossiya towards human rights. They never treated the colonial powers, colonial masters, as somebody who represent them, as somebody whom they want to see in the structures which govern those lands. By the same token, the people in east and south of Ukraine, people in Donbass and Novorossiya, they don't consider the Zelensky regime as something which represents their interests. How can they, when their culture, their language, their traditions, their religion, all this was prohibited?
Yes.
And the last point is that if we speak about the UN Charter, resolutions, international law, the very first article of the UN Charter, which the West never recalls in the Ukrainian context, says respect human rights of everybody, irrespective of race, gender, language, or religion. Take any conflict. The United States, UK, Brussels, they would interfere saying, oh, human rights have been grossly violated. We must restore the human rights in such and such territory. On Ukraine, never, ever, they mumbled the words human rights. Seeing these human rights for the Russian and Russian-speaking population being totally exterminated by law. So when people say, let's resolve the conflict on the basis of the Charter, yes, but don't forget that the Charter is not only about territorial integrity, and territorial integrity must be respected only if the governments are legitimate and if they respect the right of their own people.
I want to go back to what you said a moment ago about the introduction or the unveiling of the hypersonic weapons system.
This is what I wanted to
get to. Was a signal to the West. What signal?
Watch this man's eyes. I want you to understand, you know, when a man's thinking, his eyes may dart. In his case, he's looking down and to the right, and then he looks to the left. He's picking his words. But watch when he starts to talk about what Russia's willing to do. I want you to watch how he's focused right back in on Tucker. And it's 100% certainty in what he says. So when your eyes are moving this way, your eyes are moving that way, it's not necessarily that a person's lying. It's just that they're trying to find words, and each person looks differently. But when a person settles into 100% certainty of what they're saying, they come directly at you and they look direct. Well, men do this. They look directly at you. Watch this.
Exactly. I think many Americans are not even aware that this happened. What message were you sending by showing it to the world?
Well, the message is that you, the United States, and the allies of the United States who also provide this.
You notice, he's thinking, his eyes comes back. This, watch.
Long-range weapons to the Kiev regime, they must understand that we would be ready to use any means.
There it is. Now he's cross-eyed.
Not to allow.
Now his cross-eye focus is in. We'll be ready to use any means. And see, the news media won't break it down like this because they're a bunch of lying bastards. These people will blow your ass automatically.
If you defeated, how can they pretend that they respect the culture, their language, their traditions, exterminated by law?
You're sending by showing it to the world.
Well, the message is that you, the United States.
You, the United States.
And the allies of the United States who also provide this long-range weapons to the Kiev regime, they must understand that we would be ready to use any means not to allow them to succeed in what they call strategic defeat of Russia.
There it is. That's the look I'm talking about. Now notice, there's no tension in this man's shoulders. He's not hunched over. He's not excited. He's calm. He's relaxed. This is a man who's talking about what they're prepared to do now. There's no bluster. There's nothing. It's real calm. we're prepared to do whatever's necessary. Whatever's necessary. And you know he telling the truth because he ain't gonna drag on about it. Ain't no threats being made. Hey, bro, I'm prepared to do whatever's necessary.
They fight for
corporate interests,
keeping their hegemony over the world, on any country, any region, any continent. We fight for our legitimate security interests. They say, for example, 1991 borders. Lindsey Graham, who visited some time ago Zelensky for another talk, he bluntly, in presence of Zelensky, I think, said that Ukraine is very rich with rare earth metals, and we cannot leave this richness to the Russians. We must take it.
That's the point, and that's just the honest to God truth about what our foreign policy is about. And I can see if we had an interest over there that would fully benefit our people, and that there will be nations that you have to go into to do deals to extract rare earth minerals. But they overthrew the Ukraine under Obama and then started a war and to pretty much destroy Kiev. And while it's being destroyed, you can go in and take whatever the hell you want to take. And the problem is our tax dollars are going there. And if we're not careful, our children will go there. And that ain't cool, dog. We ain't trying to rock like that, bro. And all the while, they're trying to convince you, yeah, we need to protect Zelensky and you. Man, nobody over here will give a damn about no Ukrainian people. We done said it. You could tell nobody give a damn. Other than that moment, they had them all upset and all up in arms. Oh, you got to protect Ukraine. That done died off, man. It done died off.